We're diving in, guys. Welcome back. Napoleon, probably heard of him, conquered the world, man. Was a man of intense emotion, but also of iron self-discipline, of acute intelligence, and immeasurable energy. He was curious. Napoleon was a curious dude. Listen to this, guys. From his youth, Napoleon's notebooks teemed with facts and ideas drawn from a remarkably wide range of reading. It has become almost a truism among historians that the last generation of educated Westerners able to absorb all essential learning was that which just preceded Napoleon's. People such as Jefferson and Franklin in America or Voltaire were the last to be so fortunate. Napoleon was fighting a losing battle, but his efforts to emulate them in the face of rapidly expanding knowledge were as heroic as anything he displayed in war. He was a curious man, and that made him powerful. Guys, you've probably all heard of the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. God's like, listen, do not eat from this tree of knowledge and good and evil. And then you get the serpent. She comes up to Eve. Eve, that bitch, man. She ruined us. Eve goes and listens to the serpent. The serpent's like, listen, God doesn't want you to know the knowledge of good and evil. You eat this and you'll know more than him. You'll be equal to him. And Eve's, man, curiosity bias there. Eve's like, all right, give me that. She takes the apple. She gives it to Adam. She fucks Adam up. Poor Adam. Guys, this is a book called A Curious Mind, The Secret to a Bigger Life. And this is by Brian Grazer. Really well written. I'm really enjoying this. I think you guys will love it. We're going to be going in a little bit. So the story. But from then, you get the first story of creation. You get a look at curiosity that is saying how it's not good to be curious. Now, I want to read a little bit from this. No one today ever says anything bad about curiosity, directly. But if you pay attention, curiosity isn't really celebrated and cultivated. It isn't protected and encouraged. It's not just that curiosity is inconvenient. Curiosity can be dangerous. Curiosity isn't just impertinent. It's insurgent. It's revolutionary. The child who feels free to ask why the sky is blue grows into the adult who asks more disruptive questions. Why am I the serf and you the king? Does the sun really revolve around the earth? Why are people with dark skin slaves and people with light skin their masters? How threatening is curiosity? So, the first story that I just told you, Adam and Eve, the first story in the foundation work of Western civilization, the very first story is about curiosity, and its message is, don't ask questions. Don't seek out knowledge on your own. Leave it to the people in charge. Knowledge just leads to wretchedness. Barbara Benedict is a professor at Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut, and a scholar of the 18th century who spent years studying the attitude about curiosity during that period, as scientific inquiry sought to overtake religion as the way we understand the world. The Adam and Eve story, she says, is a warning. You are a serf because God said you should be a serf. I'm a king because God said I should be a king. Don't ask any questions about that. Stories like Adam and Eve, Benedict says, reflect the need of cultures and civilizations to maintain the status quo. One of you guys asked me on a former video, I think it was Remember Why We Live video, in the comment section, you said, what do you think about all this knowledge that's out there, the good content, the truth that is being spoken, but there's so much degeneracy in our youth, in our generation, in anyone. Right? There's so many mind-numbing things. There's so many unfruitful activities that we do. We're becoming brain dead. We're becoming socially inept. We're losing it. We're losing our goddamn minds. And a lot of people aren't curious. Right? It's so easy to get caught up and distracted rather than learning, because people don't tell you it's okay to be curious. Ask about everything. That's how you grow. But we looked at Napoleon, and he was a man of intense power. He was curious. People like Thomas Jefferson, Thomas Edison, Einstein, curious minds. Curiosity still gets no respect. We live in an era in which, if you're willing to squint, all of human knowledge is accessible on a smartphone. But the bias against curiosity still infuses our culture. Here's the remarkable thing, guys. Curiosity isn't just a great tool for improving your own life and happiness. Your ability to win a great job or a great spouse. It is the key to the things we say we value the most in the modern world. Independence, self-determination, self-government, self-improvement. Curiosity is the path to freedom itself. The ability to ask any question embodies two things: the freedom to go chase the answer, and the ability to challenge authority to ask.